Okay. Well, hello guys. How are you? Hola chicos. Esperamos que estén bien. La profe Natalia y yo. El día de hoy veremos social media, redes sociales. Y profe Natalia, por favor.
Listo, buenas noches chicos. Espero que les sea interesante este tema, social media. Entonces, ¿alguno podría responder la siguiente pregunta, por favor? Do you know what a social media is?
Yes, teacher. Me.
Yes, Harold.
The social media is a site of internet as Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. That's it.
Okay, yes, good. So, they are only communication platforms where the content is created by the user themselves through the use of Web 2.0, which facilitate the editing, publication, and exchange of information.
Okay, guys. What the social media do you know, and which are the ones they use the most? O sea, ¿cuáles redes sociales conocen y cuál usan más? ¿Alguno quiere participar?
Yes, me.
Okay, Natalia, ready?
Okay, I think that social media is, for example, Facebook, Instagram, I don't know, WhatsApp, maybe.
Okay, Natalia, good. And which are the ones they use the most?
I think that I use the most every time I think is Instagram.
Instagram, really?
Yes, I like.
Ok. O sea, usas más Instagram que otras.
Sí, sí, en realidad me gusta.
Ok, Natalia. Ok, good. Nice.
Listo. Entonces los tipos de social media está, por ejemplo, social networks, social news, que son los portales de noticias. Está microblogging, bookmarking sites, media sharing, que es por donde comunican o comparten información. Y está también community blogs. ¿Ok?
Teacher, I have a question. The media sharing es como un noticiero, como un blog, por decirlo así, como de noticias.
Yes.
Ah, ok, teacher. Thank you. Okay, guys. Do you consider yourself very active in the social media?
I think,
¿Consideras que eres muy activo en las redes sociales?
teacher, I think that yes.
Why? ¿Por qué?
I think that I'm I'm staying much time in the Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp.
Okay. Okay. Ok, chicos. Entonces, ahorita lo que vamos a ver es un reportaje sobre las redes sociales. Eh, entonces, la profe Natalia nos va a hacer el favor de reproducir el video y después haremos unas preguntas sobre este.
Listo.
So does spending
¿Ahí pueden escuchar?
Yes, teacher.
Listo.
too much time on social media like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat actually increase loneliness and depression? That's the new finding of a brand new study by researchers at the University of Pennsylvania to be published in the peer-reviewed Journal of Social and Clinical Psychology. And it marks the first time there's been a causal connection established between time spent on social media and depression and loneliness. The lead author, Melissa Hunt, told me on my SiriusXM radio program that the undergraduate subjects who limited their time on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat to 30 minutes or less daily saw a marked decline in rates of loneliness and depression. I wanted to immediately analyze these results with Dr. Jean Twangy, who studied generational differences for 25 years and then wrote this book, iGen, Why Today's Superconnected Kids Are Growing Up Less Rebellious, More Tolerant, Less Happy, and Completely Unprepared for Adulthood, and what that means for the rest of us. In the book, Dr. Twangy noted that teens are not hanging out as much with friends, in no rush to drive, dating less, having less sex, and getting less sleep. Most alarming, despite their continued connectivity, they're lonely. And rates of teen depression and suicide have skyrocketed since 2011. And she observed that it was in 2012 that the proportion of Americans who own cell phones passed 50% for the first time. But Dr. Twangy was careful to say she was noting a correlation, not necessarily causation. Well, now there's some proof that it's the actual cause. Joining me now, Dr. Jean Twangy, a San Diego State University professor in personality psychology. My hunch is, Dr. Twangy, you were not surprised by these new findings.
I was not. It certainly looked from the other data that we had that there certainly might be a causal relationship here, because teen loneliness and depression spiked right at the time that smartphones became common. And we knew from other research that teens and adults who spend more time on social media sites are more likely to be lonely and depressed. So this study is a crucial piece of the puzzle, showing that it's not just say that the unhappy kids are spending more time on social media, that social media may actually cause loneliness and depression.
And what then specifically do you think drives it? Is it the inherent social comparison that they go through when they're participating in Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook? You're being held up to be assessed in comparison to your peers.
There are, I think, a number of mechanisms. So one is exactly that. Everybody else's life looks so much more glamorous on Instagram than yours, because you know all the things that happen in your life, but your friends are only posting about the positive things. It's also so easy to see all the things that we're missing out on, so we feel left out much more often. It's especially true for teens. You know, past years they might have heard about the party whispered about in a high school hallway, and now they see it in living color in real time online.
So to parents who are watching, to teens who are watching, what's your advice?
My advice is pretty simple. It's two things. First, your phone should not be in your bedroom at night, so you get a good night's sleep. And second, that nope, you don't have to give up your phone or being online or social media, but you should limit your use. So for social media in particular, limit it to an hour a day or less, and try to keep total screen time below about 2 hours a day of leisure time or less. That seems to be what is best for mental health and happiness.
Dr. Twangy, when I spoke to the lead author of this new data, this new research, something that I found very interesting is she said to me that the undergraduates who were part of the examination group, they clamored to be in that group that had a limit put on them of 10 minutes per day for each of the three. And she said it occurred to her, you know, you can limit yourself. There's nothing that says you need to be in my control group in order to be so limited. But I thought that spoke to the larger issue of how we all seem to know that this is what's best for us, and yet we have a difficult time putting those parameters on our own conduct.
It's not all that surprising because these sites are designed to keep us coming back and designed to keep us on for as long as possible. Some people have gone as far as saying that they're designed to be addictive, which makes sense because that's how they make more money. So even though we know what's best for us, it is really difficult to put those limits on yourself, but you can do it. There are controls that parents can put on kids' phones and adults can put on their own phones too, to limit your use, or at least give you a reminder, hey, you've been on Instagram for 30 minutes, you probably want to put the phone down and do something else.
One other aspect that I think folks should know who are watching, dating sites were not a part of this study. This was limited to Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook, and I can't help but wonder what we would learn if we were able to study some of the implications of those who are heavy users of dating apps.
Absolutely. So, you know, those apps place so much emphasis on appearance. They're really tough on people's self-esteem. And they're yet another thing where you can spend hours and hours looking at that screen when maybe you should be out interacting with your friends face-to-face or trying to meet potential partners face-to-face. It might be a better strategy for happiness.
And I'm not convinced it's limited to teens. I read your book. You know, I was really taken with it. I'm convinced there's a lot we adults can learn from it as well, Dr. Twangy.
I agree completely. These rules about keeping the phone out of the bedroom and limiting their use absolutely apply to people of all ages. I think these trends have had a bigger effect on teens and young adults just because this is the only world that they have ever known and they're still building their social worlds, but it certainly has an effect on older people as well.
Thank you for coming back. I appreciate your work.
Thank you very much.
Listo, chicos, ¿qué tal les pareció el video?
Okay, teacher, I like the video. Me gustó mucho. And sí, profe, me gustó mucho el video.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So,
Okay, guys. Anyone want to tell me what the story is about? ¿Alguien quiere decirme más o menos de qué trata el reportaje? ¿Alguno le gustaría participar?
yes, teacher. Me.
Okay, Natalia.
Okay, I think that the interview speaks about the troubles about spend long time in the internet, in the social media.
Okay, excuse me. Tuve problemas de conexión. Natalia, ¿me decías?
Yes, the interview tell us about the robots that you spend, or if you spend long time, many time in the social media. I mean that you can have depression and troubles like this.
Okay.
Okay, the second question, Harold, please. What is the study
Yes,
that
sure.
Dr. Jean Twinch did about? Can you answer this question, please?
Yes, teacher. The Dr. Jean, teacher, excuse me, do you repeat the question again, please?
Sí, claro. Entonces, what is the study that Dr. Jean Twinge did about? ¿Cuál es el estudio que el Dr. Jean hizo? ¿Acerca de qué habla el estudio?
Okay. The Dr. Jean, the study that Dr. Jean is about the social media. Ella, pues la doctora Jean hizo un estudio sobre las redes sociales.
Yes.
Y la interacción que los jóvenes tienen con ellas. Fue lo que comprendí.
Okay. Yes, good. Right.
Okay, teacher, thank you. Okay, guys. ¿Quién, bueno, anyone tell me what is one of the recommendation that the doctor makes?
Una de las recomendaciones, ¿sí, profe?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
not good.
Okay, yes. I remember that one of the recommendations is, for example, not spending so much time on the cell phone or computer. For example, I don't know, doing other activities that don't involve technology.
Okay, good. Nice.
Okay, the last question is, per day, how much should be the time limit on the cell phone? ¿Cuánto sería el límite para estar en el celular? Harold, ¿podrías decirnos, por favor? Según el video o según tú.
Según el video, the time we should be use the cell phone is the um, 2 at 3 hours per day.
Yes, yes.
Sí, 2 a 3 horas por día, fue lo que entendí.
Bien, entendiste bien. Entonces le prestaste atención al video.
Thank you. Okay, guys. Do you agree with the video? Why? ¿Alguien? ¿Alguno?
Yes,
¿Quiere
me.
participar? Okay, Natalia. Do you agree with the video? Why? ¿Por qué? ¿Te gustó el
Okay.
video y por qué?
Yes, I like the video. I think that is interesting.
Okay. Tell me, interesting, why?
Because I think that is the information is right. I mean that I think spend much time in the internet, in the cell phone, computer, can appears in the person's depression and other problems. I think that is better spend time with the persons, share with your family, and yes.
Yes, sure, ¿verdad?
And that's it, chicos. Espero que les haya gustado el video, que les haya parecido interesante.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Listo. Harold, ya finalizando la clase, ¿algo que quieras decir?
No, teacher, todo claro.
Listo, entonces que tengan una buena noche y gracias por prestar atención.
Okay. Bye, teacher. Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.